Hi, dear tutor and classmates. I am going to talk about bilingual programs. Bilingual programs are a term that refers to teaching or academic content in two languages. In a native and the second language, in this case, variants amounts of each language are used depending on the outcome goal and the depend model. What is the objective in this case? The objective or the main objective principle is the goal of bilingual education programs shall be to enable learners to become competent in listening, speaking, reading, and writing in the English language through develop to the literate and academic skills in the primary language and English. Finally, the main characteristic of this is bilingual education students are taught in two or more languages, distinct from learning and second language as a subject because both languages are used for instruction in different content areas like math, science, history, and others. Thank you so much.
Hello, everybody. Let's talk about the different types of indicators of bilingual programs. So, there are a lot, and I put in here around me the different types of indicators that we have. Number one, we have program needs. It means to establish program goals and objectives. The second one, individual needs. It means to provide insights about the instructional needs of individual learners. The resource allotment, that is the third one, is to provide guidance. Okay. And the fourth position, we have process or strategies. It means providing services to the learners as the curriculum design, for example. That means providing planning and organization. Okay. The classroom process, that it means to provide insights about the extent to which educational programs are being implemented. Then we have material of instruction. It means to provide insights about whether specific materials are indeed, basically. Monitoring of pupil process, okay, to conduct formative evaluation of student learning. That is what this indicator is about. The learning motivation is to provide insights about the effort and persistence of learners. The teacher effectiveness is talk about the effectiveness of teachers in order to make the students to achieve the goals and objectives of the school. The learning environment to provide a responsive environment in terms of educational needs to the students. The staff development, okay, to provide insights about the extent to which the school system provides the staff with opportunities to increase their effectiveness. And learning environment, okay, we already talked about it. So we have decision making. It means to provide insights about how well a school staff, principal, teachers, and others make different types of decisions that results in learner benefits. Okay, it means that okay, how the decisions make learners to get benefits basically. Okay, community involvement. It means to determine the extent of which community members can aid in the decision making process of the school. Then we have board policy information. It's provides insights about the board that is used in the authority to communicate its expectation to the staff. The outcomes of instruction, that it means to improve to provide different types of insights about the extent to which students are achieving the goals and objectives set for them. And this is the last of the different types of indicators that we have. And we have to know that These indicators are really important, so we don't have to forget it. And thank you very much.
Okay, I am going to talk about the tips of bilingual programs. The segregation current educational model. The instruction is the mother tongue and the second language is a subject to a few hours a week. It is called segregation because the second language gives more social prestige to those who have the ability to learn it and getting more benefits than others students. The enrichment subversion. This model generally applies to foreign students who must study all academic contents in a second language without even having studied the language itself. For example, a student who moves from Ecuador to the United States and enters the school to study everything in English and without having learned the language before. The events these problems, some schools have developed the transitional bilinguals, where classes are taught in the original language and the new language is gradually introduced until they completely replaces of mother tongue. The maintains one's one language and culture. These programs are targeted to minorities to preserve the language and culture of the minority group. Learning of the second language and its culture is accompanied by maintaining the mother tongue and the culture itself. Generally, these programs begins using the mother tongue is a vehicle in instruction or precisely incorporate the second language into a teaching content. The curriculum is taught of both language until the end of the school. And finally, the immersion program. In this program, the second language is used to teach all or most subjects on the curriculum for a period of 1 or more years. This teaching can begin in preschool or different times in primary or secondary. Experimental evidence shows that only immersion and maintenance programs make a student bilingual and bicultural. Segregation and submersion programs, unfortunately, do not develop proficiency in the first language and the second language produce low levels of academic achievement. Thank you.
Good evening, dear tutor and classmate. Well, an example of a bilingual program activity is a transition bilingual education, which is taught to a student in their native language for a period of time before transition to teaching in the second language. The program designed for English language learners who are not yet an expert in English. This program begins with instruction in the student native language and the instruction more English over time. So the goal of transitional bilingual education is to enable a student become proficient expert in English while also maintaining their native language skills. It had many benefits for English language learners, including improved academic activity and language development. So number one, the student who are not proficient in English receive instruction in their native language all subjects, as well as instruction in English as the second language. Second, students learn academic content in their own language while learning to read, write, speak English. Finally, this initiates a process that involves a gradual transition to teaching entirely in English. So it's all. Thank you very much.